Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. In this video, I wanted to kind of set up my December planner. It is a little less than 2 weeks away from December, so I do have a little bit of time, but I'm getting everything kind of put away from my stash into packing, and then I'm going through and decluttering, and it's like super crazy. When you just pull everything out of your shelves and see everything that you have, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like depressing. Like, why do I have so much stuff? But anyway, before I get everything all packed up, I really wanted to come in here and get everything ready for the first week of December. And I'm trying to think of like how I want to do everything. So this is the boys' homeschool section. And I'm just going to do the first week because sometimes things change, right? And we're kind of doing setup. We're not, should we decorate? I wasn't going to decorate in this video, but you know what? Maybe we can. We have some time right now. And just my disclaimer, as always, that my husband will be loud in the background every time. So you might hear him back there. Yeah, okay, I think, yeah, we'll decorate. I just haven't been thinking about decorating. I'm not necessarily in the mood to decorate, but I think it will be nice and calming, actually. So, all right, so we're going to do the first week, the front of the planner. Well, I mean, if we're going to decorate it all, I mean, we're getting everything out, right? So here's the Bible first week. I did re-day these, and the dates lined up if I just put a new day on there. So that was nice. And we have this monthly too. I guess we'll grab it out. So this will be, I guess, the Bible planner one. And I think we'll do different videos because I know longer videos can get old. I mean, sometimes they're good, but if every video is a long video, maybe it gets a little old. Okay, so what we have, we're calling actually this the learning section of the planner. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I did put my Laurel Denise planner on discs. I personally love it, but I know it freaked a lot of people out. But you can still Franken plan on the coil. You don't have to come to discs, but I went to discs and I popped in a mini happy planner just because I had it, and I didn't have enough inserts from Laurel Denise, although there are these free printables that I was playing around with that I could have actually used. And this is actually a teacher planner insert. So I kind of messed these ones up, surprise, right? But I think I'm gonna print these for my kids' homeschool because they do, you know, the Monday through Friday school. And let me show you one that actually isn't cut yet. So it has on this side, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it has 7 subjects, which they'll probably only need 5, but I could use the last couple spaces as just notes or like other things. And then Thursday, Friday, and it would be, you know, it'd be like this. Like I said, these I messed up in cutting and stuff, but, and it's a block layout. So it's a really nice free printable. I did this at 90%, it wasn't quite right. So I'm gonna play around with mine. But if you go to her accessories section and go to printables, you'll see all her free printables. She has a lot. This is the only one that I think is to be cut out and put in the planner. And I did show if you are going to put it in the planner, you punch it first with your happy planner punch, and then you punch again in the middle. So here's the first punch, and now I'm gonna punch again directly in the middle. And you can use your alligator punch for that and just go down, you know, line it up in the middle here, or you can use your happy planner punch. And I'll put that clip in here where I'm doing that right now. Okay, so here's a secret that we disc gals kind of found out about Laurel Denise planners, and how you can put some extra pages that you already have, like happy planner pages, in them without completely putting them on discs. And that will work for her printables too. So I'm just cutting these roughly out with scissors because these are the printer paper ones. They were like my practice ones. They may not fit perfectly in this, but I'm just gonna show you. You're gonna practice with your printer, figure out what size is correct for your printer. So like they're not gonna be quite, actually this size is pretty good. I wish I knew what size that was. Size-wise, right? It's pretty good. We just needed to leave a little on the side. Huh, but I don't have anything written on there for what size. Maybe that's 85. Anyway, I said I was gonna practice around, I will. Okay, so now what you have to do to get onto the coil to fit, and I'm gonna close this for a moment. You're gonna punch it directly even first, and then this is my heavy planner 7-hole punch. In the center, you have the lines for the 7, so for the mini. You're gonna punch it straight first, as even as possible. Okay, then you're gonna take it and you're gonna move. Now the center, so this part right here, the center, I'm gonna line up with the center of my punch. So I'm gonna put that in, straight into the center of my punch. We'll do it up here so we don't have an extra punch there. You can also do this. So what I'm wanting to see is like, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm wanting to see the mushroom on this side and the mushroom head on this side. See how now you know it's kind of even in between those. All the way down. So I'm gonna center it a little. That's pretty centered, yeah. So see how you can see the top mushroom head on one side and then on the other side. So let's get my pen here and I'll point. So right here and right here. And then I'm putting it in the center. So you can see them both kind of equally on both sides. And I'm gonna punch again. So now it looks like a lot of little punches, okay? So I'm gonna open my coil. And I've printed out these block pages from Laurel Denise. I wanna put it in my mini. You might have to practice with, you know, if it's gonna be high or low. So this one's a little high, right? You can see I punched it a little high. So I would definitely practice with printer pages first. But even so, like this, yeah, it's hanging off the top a little. I don't know if you can see, it's just, I don't know, that's probably about, not quite a 1/4 of an inch. So I needed to go lower and punch a little into Thursday. But also I would have cut a little more on this side so I had room. But anyway, now they turn. And they're just like inserts now. Now Laurel Denise has a block insert. It has 5 boxes down, 7 across. This is only 5 across because it's a teacher layout. I put these in the wrong order. So let's switch these. Oh, I just punched them wrong. So this only has 5 days across, and because it's a teacher layout, and 7 down, right? So we'll go back to the one that I punched for my own planner. Anyway, that's how you get your pages to fit into your coil. You just double punch. And if you already have, for instance, a bookmark, this bookmark already has punches here, I would just do the same thing. I would line it up, and it's really easy to do with the alligator punch. You just center it on there, and you're gonna have to center it to make sure the mushroom is even on each side, and then you'd punch. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to do it, but you're basically centering this line on the alligator punch, the We Are Memory, into the center between the two already punched sections. And then you can do a bookmark the same way, but Laurel Denise comes with 2 bookmarks, so you don't need to do that, but I guess if you just want to, because you know, I'm crazy, I made a whole disc system. But anyway, so here are the little pages that put in now, and you can use whatever paper you want. This is printer paper. Obviously make sure it's correct, because I punched them on the wrong side. That's why I lined up my other ones a little more carefully. But I was just showing you, so that's a really quick fix. You can put extra pages in your planner like that. So, I mean, even let's just say your daughter made a picture or your husband wrote you a little note, you can stick those in there, that type of thing in there. Okay, so now that you know how to do the printable, print it out, and like I said, you're gonna have to play on your own printer paper with like the sizing that works for your planner. It's meant to go in a large Laurel Denise, but I wanted to put it in the mini. So again, I do have this here, but I wanted to say the days, you know. But I think, should we do it? Let's just get that done right now. Okay, so I did 85, and I did it on the printer paper that I don't love but that I have, and I was saying know some of you guys recommended some paper. Once I get moved, I will probably go ahead and try to grab that paper and try it. But right now, it's kind of crazy to buy like a thing of paper just to move it weight-wise, right? Especially since we're doing our own moving. I'm gonna mark this on the side with a pencil to kind of see. You can see the color difference in the paper and the, I mean, I'm kind of messing this up. Should have done a straight line, but that's okay. We get the idea. Okay, so this will leave me the holes to punch, is what I'm hoping. So let's see, we're gonna have to line these. And then wait, the punch will be on this side. Then on this side. Well, let's get them cut out. I'm just trying to think, do I sometimes need it on? No, yeah, it will be on the inside. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. All right, so they all need to look the same when I'm cutting them. I mean, I have to have all the same this week up, okay? And that makes sure that they're gonna be cut the same and not be like a little off. Okay, and I think we'll do 3 pages at once. I was doing my big giant claw cutter and I just can't see how that one lines up, so I never get it correct. It's always a little off. So we're gonna do 2 pages, and then this one, even though we did 5, right? Yeah, we did 5 pages. I think we might need 1 more. We'll check. But this one I can see the line of where I'm supposed to cut, so it's very nice. I'm doing 2 on here, and I'm gonna just push down really hard because my blade's a little dull. Ah, we're good. Okay. Then on this side, we're gonna go by my crazy pencil line that looks awful. We'll definitely try to cut it off, right? Right where we're cutting it off. All right, good. Now we're going to do top and bottom. So at 85%, I'm cutting the lines. I did trace that one section. Let's get it as close as we can. And we cut a little of the line off, but that's okay. Did we? Oh yeah, we cut quite a bit of the line off actually. That's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, I can see it and I still mess it up. Okay. So those ones will be just a tiny, tiny bit off. That's okay. And then we have 3 more here. And what we're gonna do is trace that line again. I'm eventually gonna have to measure, you know, but right now this is gonna work. So I'm gonna try this for December, and what I'm gonna do is replace the and pages with this page set. So we'll kind of just use that as an extra page, note page. I'll show you. Or just, yeah, probably just use it as an extra note page. We don't really need to save it because we won't be using the monthly again because it'll be used. So we'll just use it as a list or something page. And then we'll save the rest of the and inserts for another time. Whoops. So I hope you guys are getting like everything set up for 2026. I spent an obscene amount of money on planners in 2025 and I'm really annoyed with myself. Okay, that looks like that only went through 1. But we can line this up again by the half cut marks. You know, I just should have paid attention better to push a little harder. And so I do have my planners, basically. You know, I bought 2026 planners, but for the mini, if I'm gonna go with the mini, which I'm kind of intrigued by, and I have been practicing, it's gonna be fine size-wise. At least I think it will, because you know, practicing isn't the same as writing your own plans in there. It can be slightly different. Let's try not to cut off the top this time. Okay, let me set this aside, and we will see if we're gonna need it again. Oh, you know what? Actually, this I can just use scissors. I don't prefer to use scissors, but it's only one, and we'll just cut it across nice and slowly. So I have several mini planners. If I had one mini planner, I don't really think it would work for me. I do just write too much. I don't know why I do that. It actually annoys myself. I annoy myself sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna have it like this. Yep. Oh, look, the day's cut off. No. That's okay. It's for that first week. Actually, we can switch these two because look, this one's cut off, this one's not. I wonder if that's one I just did with my scissor. It's possible. Okay, so now they all say Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And I guess I could pull this one back over for the 5th week. I think that's what they do with the inserts. I'll show you what I mean. But let's get this punched. And I did punch these last ones not well. So I think I'm gonna kind of punch it in the center. Here's my 9 hole and here's the 7 hole. And now that you know what to do for the other punch, what did I say? It was up too high, right? I think it was up too high. Let me check. It's just how I had to punch the Laurel Denise. It was not centered perfectly because of how the coil parts were. And is this the top? Yeah. So I just want to check real quickly. Okay, so no, they were too low. They hung out the bottom. Yeah, okay, so it needs to be just more centered. I think I'm just going to completely center it. With the Laurel Denise, I had to punch a little high. And so with her inserts, the ones that I didn't print out, because these are still Laurel Denise inserts. All right. Oh, I tried too many at the same time. What am I doing? Yeah, okay, so that was really loud. Sorry, gals. So that should have been 3 at a time, not all 5 at a time. And it's 32 pound paper, but it's thicker than Happy Planner paper. All right, so, okay, we'll show you, I'll show you off the discs. So now this page I'm not gonna use right now. So what I was saying, I am gonna use this monthly. So this now can just be not a topic. These topics don't have to be here. This is when you need one of those big pink erasers, you know? Now the reason I did this, I do like having the lines here, but I would really love a block layout for their school. And when I remembered that I had this in the free printable, it is a teacher layout. So this first section will be notes because I am gonna use the monthly. It's gonna be covered with stickers and notes. Then we're gonna go into this page, which we're gonna save. So we're gonna act like, we're gonna use this as notes. We're gonna act like this isn't really here yet. And we're gonna flip over and this is gonna be our first week. Yeah, I might list them up. So for Monday, I'll do their subjects down. And so we have Monday through Friday there, and then I have a this week list. So yeah, so this time I'm gonna use a little homeschool teacher planner printout. I think this is gonna be really nice. I like it. I'm pretty happy about it. All right, so we will decorate this first week now. We'll decorate this page with the monthly, and then we'll decorate this first little weekly. And this was 85% gals, and this is the mini Laurel Denise, or now called the small Laurel Denise. Okay, so I'm gonna set those aside. The rest actually I'll just pop back in the planner. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, because I know I'm kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna leave the ands just back here behind the Bible planner. The and pages. And don't I have one out here somewhere? Yeah. Back behind the Bible planner. And these will now become inserts for later if I ever need a vertical or if I want to do time blocking or something, and I can just white out and redate it. They're like the Laurel Denise inserts, except, you know, hers aren't dated, so it would just be whited out, you know, would be kind of equal, except you don't have to white it out. So hers are definitely more seamless, and hers are also made for the coil, which, you know, now you know how to print these out and make it on the coil, which was one of the reasons I didn't do it for a while. These printouts, when I first got them, I was like, oh, those are so nice, but you couldn't really do it. Oh, focus. Oh my goodness, gals. We're gonna have the monthly here, and here are our little weeklies for school. So for the learning section, where did this, oh, this was from here. I'm losing it. Yeah, so this is our first little learning section. Okay, so let's get it decorated. Now over here is kind of my own, and then over here is kind of my own as well. Their homeschool section will have what else they read on the Bible. They have a set proverb daily, and then this little mini the days of the week were really big. I did find smaller ones. I think I did find smaller ones. So very little spot. So I'm gonna either write like a really tiny part of a verse or a thought. It doesn't have to be a whole verse, it's fine. So let's get started with this guy. Now for winter and for Bible, I like to do like scenic, you know, like these types of things. Okay, so this is Rongrong, Winter Wonderland, premium hand-drawn sticker book. And, you know, just these beautiful scenes. But we'll just stick with like the pretty scenic sections is what I like to do. Let me see what boxes we have too. I mean, look at this beautiful tree. I don't like fashion gals in my Bible section, just me personally. Okay. With timelines over here, this is not going to be a to-do this month. It is going to be some type of list. So let me see if I have a teeny sticker to do like a heading, like a heading sticker. Like one of these. I think we'll go, oh, look at these cute stickers. I love it that they're mini too, because I'm going to have a lot of mini stuff to do. Not this exact section, but it kind of looks like this is the smallest. So that's okay. So we'll have a list there. And then here, I just want to maybe put something, maybe a scene on the bottom. I know it's going to leave the top kind of empty, but let's see. I mean, this is really pretty. Should we do that? I think I'm just gonna put this on the bottom, and it looks like it's gonna go all the way across. What in the world? That's crazy. Maybe a little too much actually. I might have to cut off. This is already like a blunt edge anyway, so I might just cut that off and line this up. Oh, I need it a little higher. That is super pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, and then I do want something on the top, even though we're doing timelines in the middle. Maybe we just do some of these. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. These fir and berry florals. Yeah. Actually, we could put it on the side. No, we'll do it on the top. And the thing is, now what do we do over here? That is so pretty. I guess we're just gonna do like a corner, like maybe this pine cone thingy. So we'll keep it simple. Again, because we're putting a lot of things on here. This is going to be, oh, and actually I can cover that. It's not gonna need to be repunched. I think we'll do some washi on the top too. Just some glimmer. And maybe on the bottom. Do I have a silver glimmer? I don't think so, but I mean, we do have this gold. I think we're just gonna stick with the stripes. They're kind of subtle. We're almost out of it, but maybe we have enough for this. I mean, like, that's just really pretty. Pretty and simple. I don't know. Let's see how this looks. Might be a little too much. No, I think it's good. And then we'll put some on the bottom too. Spruce it up a little. Now, oh, I have not been thinking about decorating at all, so I do feel kind of like out of it. I know it probably doesn't seem like that long to you gals, but I think it's been, well, I did some quick decorating actually, but I wasn't even thinking. It was like such a relief. I was just like sitting with my book on my lap and my planner on my lap and decorating some cute things. Okay. That's pretty. Yeah. Okay, so I do want to use the same washi over here since we have a little left. I hope there's enough. And we can't go, can we go all the way across? Yeah, we can actually, because you know what? These aren't going to be days anymore. So these are going to be like little lists. I don't know what kind of lists. I could put my people over here actually. I always run out of room for my people. But I mean, for a whole week, maybe, no. I don't even know if it's enough for a whole week. Okay, so we're gonna keep the tone of the other page. Now, if you don't feel like printing, don't want to print out the block layout from Laurel Denise's website, what I was going to do with this planner, as you saw, was have all of the subjects on the side, and then I would have just put washi or a line. I was kind of trying to figure out what to put across to separate the sections, and then each little section, you know. The only problem is they do read on Sunday, but they don't have any other school stuff on Sunday. I used to make them do stuff on Sunday. I'm kind of a mean mom. Yeah, but not anymore. Not anymore. They're free now. Okay, so this is cute. Well, let's see. Oh my goodness, look at that greenery. That's gorgeous. We'll use that in something else. But what do we have here? I want this little fur to cover this 12. When I decorate this 12, just looks a little too bold to me, but I love how the rest of this looks, but not just this, whatever number's here. It's not always 12. Looks a little bold. So trying to decide to stay in like the mini. Okay, so you can still see like month and year. Super cute though. Oh, that is so pretty. These stickers, I love Rongrong. I love Rongrong, I love her. All right, these holidays I'm gonna white out. For one, I mean, we don't celebrate them. So, and then these boxes are already pretty small. But as I said, I have been practicing in these boxes. I do think everything will fit. That I write in my large right now. And I do like the large on my lap. It just feels like a nice sturdy clipboard. I might do these little pine cones on the top here. I think it's going to be too long. But yeah, since it's going to be like a little list, but it's going to be with us the whole month. And we don't want to cover the punch. Actually, we can just punch through it again. We'll just punch it. Okay. Now we just need really, really tiny pieces to kind of go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these 5 weeks are in the planner. So let's see. Oop, I saw this can go over here. We have another little corner greenery. I like that. I'm gonna put it in the corner. Okay, and we already have to punch one, so, you know, now they kind of go opposite. We already had to punch that, so now we can punch that too. All right, now teenies. Okay, so we have teeny snowflakes. Some of that could work. Let's see what else we have that's teeny. Oh my goodness, this little set of books. Maybe we have some pine cones. These are pretty. We'll use those maybe in the weekly. Yeah, it's just snowflakes so far. Ooh, this is kind of small. Might be able to get away with that. And yeah, definitely. I think this and some snowflakes, some greenery and some snowflakes will work. Ooh, look at this tree. This tree can go somewhere, right? It's pretty thin. It'll probably actually take up the whole box. Let's check. I think I'm gonna kind of put it maybe over here on this side. I kind of want it more in the middle. It just doesn't make sense to have a tree like in the middle of your page, really. But we're gonna do it anyway. So one stays the middle. Okay, we'll do it here. Okay, this little corner piece here. We're gonna cut this one and then we'll get some snowflakes. We're gonna put something there. So we'll put something cute there, maybe a bigger snowflake, and then I'm just gonna grab a few snowflakes. I don't wanna use them all. For one, I do need the room to write, but for two, I love having snowflake stickers. I want them everywhere. Good thing there's a lot of other cute things on here. Okay. I'm just gonna put them kind of cascading across the page. We'll do 2 more, I think. So they're kind of like this gold tone, but not metallic, which is perfect because it helps you see them, you know. All right, so we do need something in there. I think this can work. You know, just perfectly in there. All right, so this is how they look together. I mean, going, I know this is like so plain, but we're doing, maybe we do the lines for now. So we have 5 weeks that we have to do for. All right, let's count how many we have here. So there's 3 lines each that we're gonna need. Like 3 full lines. So I'm gonna draw them. And so what we're doing, if, I'm pretty sure I did say it, but I have had a little family interruption. We do a timeline, I'm going to do a timeline over here. Like, who is we? I don't know. It would explain a lot. 1, 2, 3. So we're doing 3 lines each. And so I'm just gonna make them, I'll make them simple, and for each week's reading, it's a timeline of what's happening, you know. 1, 2, 3. So we should have 5 sections here. And so we'll see how it goes on here, and then maybe, you know, next month we'll have a little more room if we stick with the mini. I really am torn with the mini or the non-mini. The mini has been easier to customize, which has been nice. Oh, I did 6. How did I do that? That's okay. We'll do a title here, and then, or maybe more decoration, and then title. We'll see. Maybe we could do something else on the other line. I count really well, don't I? Okay. Okay, really simple and pretty. I like it a lot. And it's cute that that little tree is on a pile of snow, because then you don't have to put something underneath it. Like, I mean, you don't have to anyway. All right, so that is the outer, the wrap, the Laurel Denise wrap, if you will. And now we're doing the boys' homeschool. Now for them. Get some of these fun stickers, I was thinking. But you know what? This is a pretty girly sticker book. Let's see what we can find in here. Oh yes, like some deer. Yeah, okay. We'll get a couple things in here. I want like 3 stickers maybe on each page. Maybe a couple more. Oh, this is like a cute, like, log cabin, which we had a log cabin, you know. It was really pretty, but we don't have it anymore. Okay, so we will put that kind of down here. Oops. I don't know. So this paper is not good paper to fix stickers on, because it's a printer paper that I chose that's not very good. And we always had deer outside our log cabin, which was so fun. Let me see. So I'm going to put mine over here. I mean, that little deer just ripped the page. But this is only being used for the boys, and like I said, you guys did give me some great ideas of paper to try, and I will be trying it. Well, they do love some candy. I'm gonna put this hat on. It looks like neutral. You know, they do wear hats when it gets really cold and they have to go outside. I would love one of these winter trees. All our neighbors have evergreen trees. We do not have evergreen trees. And so when it snows, their yards look so gorgeous with the snow on the evergreen tree. And then we just have, like, at this point, it's only branches left on our trees. I can't believe it. I can't believe Some of our neighbors still have leaves on their trees, like pretty leaves. We have nothing, just branches. I wonder if that means something. I didn't think about that too much. Hot chocolate weather, yes. We'll do a let it snow. We do love some snow. Do it half and half. So I still have some room to write on each. Okay, so now it's looking like maybe something here and something there. And they could be snowflakes or anything. I like this branch will be cute. And I might be able to use it for both. We'll see. Need some greenery on this side. You can hardly see that. We're gonna do 2 snowflakes. Two snowflakes. That's it. That is silliness. It's silliness because I do look at their school planner quite a bit. If somebody made an entire sticker book of snowflakes, I know I said this last year too, I would buy it. I would buy an entire book of snowflakes. Okay, yay. All right. Oh, and you know what I was thinking? Yeah. Where do I put the subjects? I think I could put the subjects really small over here to not take up space. You know what I mean? Across. So maybe we'll just do it here on the bottom here. So this is Bible always. This is their tuition course. Okay. So it'll like go across. I think that's pretty good. I like it. All right, so that is now together here, and we'll flip through it at the end when it's all ready. It's upside down. And so now we have this little section. So I'm gonna write 2025 on the top here. This monthly I write like a main thought from the reading. Like it has to be pretty small, but not as small as where I write what we're reading. And then look at these pretty colors. So I think we can have fun with these. Again, the 30th is Sunday. So 2020 for a Sunday start, you can just put a Sunday over your Monday and your dates, your numbers will line up. It wouldn't be that much more effort to change the numbers, but I like a printed number better than my handwriting. So for, this is still Bible, but do some cocoa and some leaves here. And then, I don't want to do too big of a tree, but let's come get a tree from over here. One of these smaller ones. Oh my goodness, this tree is gorgeous. It reminds me of this winter storm from when I was a little girl. Anyway, where are we gonna put that gal? I think. Let's put it here. Okay, this gorgeous little scene here. I'm gonna kind of center it. So you already have barely enough room to write anyway. Where are my tweezers? Okay, we'll do a quote winter nights. So I'm gonna want something here and I don't know, something in there too. Well, we'll see how this lines up, but I think we're gonna have to maybe scoot over winter nights. I think it's gonna be okay. We could center it better, but I think it's okay. And then just a little greenery on the bottom is what I'm looking for. This one can go up here as we'll do it like this. And write like a special focus person. And then maybe we just do a sprig over here. And like feed it back in somewhere. So let's do that. And actually maybe just on top. I mean, it's okay. It's my first time decorating a mini dashboard at all. I mean, those are kind of like two, maybe we switch these two. Yeah, I think that would work actually. Two scenes, you know, too close together. Now, 2020 Happy Planner paper, Chef's Kiss. It is really nice paper. I'm gonna center this a little better, even though we have the days like kind of messed up from Sunday. I mean, not from Sunday. It's crooked. Of course it is. Maybe still a little crooked. Maybe, definitely still a little crooked. Alright, well that's the last time we're moving it, regardless. And then I think I'll just do a snowflake up here by the Sunday, and that can really pull it together. We can maybe actually, we'll pull it back in. We'll cut it off a little. I mean, very little. And pull it back in somewhere. Maybe. Maybe right here. You can barely see it. Yeah, that's okay. Right. And then the monthly though, what are we gonna put on here? I kind of want to put one of these trees still. These gorgeous trees. I think we could do a little winter fence randomly. These stars are really bright colored, but they look kind of like snowflakes if you stretch it. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm not super happy about it, but what if we cut this into 2 scenes here? And I think we can use some boxes with them, right? Let's pull in the pink and the purple on these. It says lights. And we're going to default to the snowflakes again. And I feel like something could go there. Okay, we have these little pine cones. We're just gonna kind of lean on each other. I don't know. How are these gonna look good? Maybe just like that. Little pine cones. All right. Yeah, yeah. I think that's cute enough. So we need plenty of room to write. So this is gonna do it. Let's get everything back into the planner. We'll kind of flip through what we did for our learning planner, which also includes the boys' homeschool planner. first things first, our monthly and our notes section look like this and are super cute. We are gonna put the, oh, I gotta punch. Forgot, we have to alligator punch a couple of spots. So when you have a sticker and you have the alligator punch, you just line up the punch guide, and then it'll punch the sticker for you. This one has to go the other way. You might have to go upside down to get sometimes the bottom ones. I like how that covered some of the covered a little bit of the spiral holes there. Yeah, we need to erase this better. Okay, so our beautiful divider here is almost like this snowy, really gorgeous Creative Ingrid divider with some vellum on top, and it just gives like this beautiful snowy look. And we're gonna pop that back on. I am pushing this back towards the discs so that it doesn't yank it off the discs when I'm putting it on. And I prefer the little spiral not on the decorative side. That's pretty, I like it. Like it. Never perfect, but always pretty enough. Okay. So that one's on. We're gonna put this one in the back, and then we'll pop in the homeschool pages, which are these little cuties. Okay, really simple. Maybe not super cute, but it's for the kids' homeschool, so I don't want to over decorate it. Not because they're gonna see it, but it's not one of my favorite things to decorate. Oh, we got a punch here. Which one? This guy. I could have used some washi. Okay, so that one's ready. And then we'll pop in. Oh, actually, this goes behind everything. What am I doing? Including this. And now we pop in the actual Bible planner that I'm using for myself, which is this Happy Planner. Whoops, and I just put the book. I made this bookmark out of a cover, an extra cover. I mean, that actually is pretty cute. That turned out pretty nice. And then this guy. You know, it's decent. All right. So that is it for this video. We have now the learning planner set up. I might paperclip this over here open. And then after this first week, I'm going to pop this guy out and put it back here for the second week. And you can see the whole monthly still. All right, so we'll fill this in. And yeah, a little less than 2 weeks, we will have all of this ready to go. So that is it for this video. In the next video, we will be decorating my main planner, which has a lot of planners in here. 3 planners in here as my main section planner. So stay tuned for that, and we'll get that decorated. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.